10 psychology tricks that will blow your mind. Hello, lovely YouTube family. Welcome back to Healthy Drops. In today's videos, we're going to talk about 10 psychology tricks that will blow your mind. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Here are 10 psychology tricks that will blow your mind. 1. Fewer choices. Is it undecided? Are you struggling to make difficult decisions? Now, let's say you buy a new mattress for your bed. You go to the store and lie on a dozen mattresses, but you can't decide which one you want. You may be overwhelmed by the variety of options available. Fortunately, there is one simple trick you can use to make better, smarter, and faster decisions. Most people can't decide because they give themselves so many choices. When you have dozens of different mattresses to choose from, your brain can't weigh the strengths and weaknesses of each option and feels confused. You can doubt your judgment. You may be wondering what happens if I make the wrong choice, or what if you miss a better option. Following this path, you will make bad, impulsive decisions. 2. Last impressions. Everyone wants to make a good impression. We are endlessly worried about job interviews, handshakes, and body language. Indeed, the first few minutes are important, but what about the last few minutes? Is this the final impression as important as the first impression? Your brain pays the most attention to the first and last two things. A good first impression is to start the conversation with your right foot, but a bad final impression can ruin all your hard work. 3. Feeling needed. Imagine you need a favor from someone in your life. Maybe you need help with your project at work. Maybe you need someone to drive you to the airport over the weekend. In either case, how do you guarantee this person will come to your aid? What simple psychological trick will persuade others to make sacrifices for you? People are much more generous when they feel they need it. If you want someone to like you, start the conversation by strengthening their ego. Use sentences like, "I need your help," or "I couldn't do it without you." 4. Teaching mastery. What's the best way to learn a new skill? Imagine someone's teaching you how to build a table. After learning how to build a table, you jump into the shop and you start building. But you realize halfway through that you don't know what you're doing. It turns out there's a better way to retain new information over time. Normally, after you learn something, you move on to real-life experiences. But what if you added a third step in between? 5. The mere exposure effect. Is there an easier way to connect with people? Making new friends isn't as complicated as most people think. One psychological trick can make you more likable in almost any context to meet someone new. All you need to do is spend time in the same environment. Psychologists call this the mere exposure effect. You naturally gravitate toward people that feel familiar, even if you haven't spoken to those people before. 6. Memorable imagery. Your brain processes millions of pieces of information, from perceptual cues to intelligent language. Your brain is continuously bombarded by sensory signals. Unsurprisingly, many signals, even those you want to remember, accidentally slip through the cracks. For example, think about what you did yesterday afternoon. You might remember a few things, but unless you did something extra special, you may struggle to remember what happened. When your brain is bored or disengaged, it doesn't bother storing detailed information. 7. High expectations. How do you motivate others to perform at their best? Performance often correlates with high or low expectations. If you expect someone to fail, there's a good chance they're going to. On the other hand, if you expect someone to succeed, they're more likely to perform at their best. So how do you increase other people's performance? Well, you tell them that you believe in them. Let them know that you expect great things and you have faith in their abilities. Once you raise your expectations, others will elevate their performance and rise to the occasion. 8. Specific routines. High expectations can motivate others, but how do you motivate yourself? What psychological trick can you use to increase your productivity? Whether you want to learn a new skill or create healthier habits, specificity is the key to a more productive routine. Alright, let's say you want to read more books. Instead of saying, "I'll read 20 pages a day," choose a specific block of time reserved for reading. You might say, "I'm going to read every day from 9 to 9:45. If you're specific, it's much more difficult to procrastinate your goals or habits. You can put off reading 20 pages, but when 9 o'clock comes around, it's time to start reading, whether you like it or not. 9. Strategic negotiation. Do you want to become a stronger negotiator? Alright, let's say you want to borrow 20 from your friend. You could ask them for the 20, but there's a good chance they'll say no. So what psychological trick can you use to get what you want? Instead of asking for $20 directly, you can use a decoy to hide your intentions. For example, try asking for more money than you need. Ask your friend for, say, $50. And when they turn you down, then go ahead and ask for $20 instead. 10. Reading minds. Have you ever wished you could read someone's mind? Now, you may not have psychic powers, but there is one psychological trick that gives you a window into other people's thoughts. The best part is you can use this psychological trick without doing anything differently. Most humans experience a unique emotion called empathy, which allows you to walk in another person's shoes. Now, you may not realize it, but empathy gives you a surprisingly accurate understanding of someone's thoughts and experiences. It's not quite the same as mind reading, but you'd be surprised how much you can learn by empathizing with another person's problems. And that is all for today, folks. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing videos from us.